Love on the lavender field. In the heart of a picturesque village, hidden between the gentle hills of Transylvania, lived a farmer named Andre. He was over 40 years old, handsome, tall, with green eyes and beaten hands of honest work. Although he was the richest man in the area, he ruled tens of hectares of land, orchards, vineyards, and a lavender plantation that attracted tourists from all over the country. He lived alone in an old stone house. The world respected him, but considered him a closed man, difficult to conquer. In fact, Andre had a broken heart for many years, since the love of youth had left for the city and never returned. On a July day, when lavender was in bloom, a group of students from Bucharest arrived in the village, coming to photograph the fields for an artistic project. Among them was Eliza, a beautiful girl dressed in steamy dresses, with a penetrating look and a slightly French accent. Although she was also born in Romania, she was a journalist, passionate about country life and the stories of ordinary people. When he saw Andre working in the field, with the sun behind him and the lavender trembling around, it seemed detached from an old novel. He approached him for an interview. He, in disbelief at first, answered him monosyllabically, but she came back the next day, and the third. Then she began to help him picking, giving him water to the flowers, and even preparing lavender jam. She was joking with him, challenging him, making him laugh. She felt something she hadn't felt in a long time: life. Andre, though afraid of suffering, let himself be carried away by the wave. One evening, under a full moon, in the wooden gazebo between the rows of lavender, he kissed her. Silent, simple, with restrained emotion, she replied. It was the beginning of an unexpected love. But summer is over. Eliza had to go back to the city, to her work, to the world. She told him that she loved him, but she could not give up her life. He did not insist. He let her go, convinced that it was just a beautiful summer story. 2 months had passed, and Andre was not talking to anyone. The lavender had been picked, the weather had cooled, and his heart seemed to dry with the autumn leaves. One morning, when the fog was as thick as milk, in the farmyard he stopped a taxi. Eliza, with a suitcase and a shaky smile. I wrote an article about you. It went viral, but I couldn't write the ending, because I don't want our story to end. Andre said nothing. He took the suitcase, took it into the house, and boiled water for tea. And from that day on, the lavender field was no longer just a business. It was the place where love had sprung up again,